When Demolition Man exploded into theaters in 1993, most people thought it was just another wild action movie. Explosions, futuristic gadgets, and a villain who seemed almost cartoonishly chaotic. But watch it today and something strange happens. Some of its jokes don't feel like jokes anymore. They feel familiar, as if a movie meant to entertain accidentally peeked into the future. The story behind the film is just as surprising as the movie itself. In the early planning stages, the studio had a completely different vision. Instead of Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes, producers first imagined Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal facing off in the futuristic showdown. On paper, it sounded perfect. Two martial arts legends battling across a dystopian future. But neither actor wanted to play the villain. Both insisted on being the hero. That creative standoff forced the studio to change direction, and the result gave audiences the unforgettable rivalry between Stallone's John Spartan and Snipes' unpredictable Simon Phoenix. Even the villain almost looked very different. Jackie Chan was offered the role of Simon Phoenix before Wesley Snipes. Chan reportedly enjoyed the script, but turned it down for one simple reason. He didn't want to portray a bad guy. At the time, he feared audiences would reject him as a villain. Ironically, that decision allowed Snipes to create one of the most electrifying antagonists of the 1990s, a character both terrifying and strangely charismatic. Behind the scenes, another last-minute change shaped the movie. Sandra Bullock was not the original choice to play Lenina Huxley. Actress Lori Petty initially had the role but was replaced after only 2 days of filming due to creative disagreements. Bullock stepped in quickly, and her quirky energy transformed the character. Within just a year, she would become a global star with speed, proving that sometimes unexpected opportunities change everything. And then there was Wesley Snipes himself. His martial arts training created a strange problem during filming. His punches and kicks moved so fast that cameras struggled to capture them clearly. The crew actually had to ask him to slow down his movements so the action could register on screen. That controlled intensity helped shape Simon Phoenix into a villain who felt calm, dangerous, and unpredictable. Some of the movie's biggest mysteries came from scenes that never made it into the final cut. Early versions included a storyline where John Spartan's daughter survived into the future and became part of an underground resistance. Those scenes were filmed, but the studio removed them to keep the pacing fast. What remained left audiences wondering about missing pieces of the story. Even the famous 3 seashells joke wasn't meant to have meaning, and the writer later admitted he simply saw decorative shells in a bathroom and imagined them as a ridiculous futuristic gadget. Yet decades later, fans still debate how they were supposed to work. And then there are the eerie predictions. Corporate power shaping daily life. Celebrity politicians rising to influence. Even a throwaway joke about Arnold Schwarzenegger becoming president. Something that seemed impossible until he later became governor of California. Maybe that's why Demolition Man feels different today. It wasn't just a loud action film. In its own strange way, it was a glimpse of the future, hiding behind a punchline.